Hello friends, welcome back to your channel Stock Dr. R. Friends, in this channel we do a pure technical analysis of some of the major indexes of US market as well as some of the commodities. Nowadays we have started doing a technical analysis on the Indian stock market as well. So friends, today we are going to do analysis of US major indexes as well as some of the commodities. And before we go ahead, I would like you all to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon so that in future, if I post any videos, then you will get the notification and you can view those videos. So let's go ahead and do the analysis of first index, that is Nasdaq. So before we go ahead and do the analysis, let's go ahead and see what uh, futures are trading currently at. So we go to cnbc.com and we hit on the pre-market. So you see here Dow Jones is down by 0.4%, S&P future is down by 0.4%, Nasdaq is down by 0.4%. So you can see some recovery or pullback is there in the market. So let's see whether it is aligning with our technical analysis. So here you can see this is the day time frame of the Nasdaq. Okay, so last week we traded in this range, right? And if we see on the hourly time frame, you can see here currently Nasdaq is trading in this channel, right? So Nasdaq is having a support at 14,700 and resistance around 14,900. So as I am a conservative buyer, definitely I will wait to see these two levels. If Nasdaq starts trading and closing above 14,900 for next 15 to 30 minutes, then I will initiate some long positions, right? Now, if Nasdaq goes here, for example, if you already have the position in the Nasdaq futures, then you can wait for this price point to come and book your target, book your profit. Because there is high probability that it can come to this level and then from here it can give a more profit booking. But as we saw, the futures are already trading 0.40% down. So Nasdaq is trading around uh, 15,072. Okay, so I think futures we are talking here, but here it's a live. So 14,800 futures. Okay, all right. So future always trades 100, 200 points above the whatever is the index price. So let's see, futures is down by 50 points. So here we can consider as it must be trading around. It will start trading around 14,770 zones, right? So as I mentioned, uh, the good buy price point in the Nasdaq is around 14,700. Okay, so there will be two batches. We need to add the first around 14,700, and second batch should be added near. Okay, so this is the first by price point, and second lot I would be interested in. Okay, so that must be around 14,500, right? So, okay, let me tell you one more time. 14,700 should be a first buy price, and second would be somewhere near 14,600 to 14,500, right? This is the second support area, 14,600 to 14,500. If it comes between any point in this area, we should be buyer, because as you all know, we cannot catch exact bottom and we cannot sell on exact top. So that's why in this area we are going to do a second buy, right? And what should be the target? If it comes to this price, then the first target will be definitely near around 14,700, right? But if suppose if what happens if it doesn't come back, right? If it doesn't come to 14,500, then we already have the first lot at 14,700. Now we will be playing for the targets of 14,800 and 14,900. All right. I hope you understand what I mentioned about Nasdaq. So let's do the analysis of Dow Jones. Now, if we see Dow Jones on the day time frame here, so Dow Jones has broke its trend line resistance, right, on Wednesday here if you see. But now if we check on the hourly time frame, then you can see here right now. Uh, I won't. I will not recommend buying in the Dow Jones in these higher levels, right? So where we should be a buyer, we should be buyer near 35,300, right? And 35,100. Friends, if you have seen my video for the last week, I clearly mentioned that once Dow Jones starts trading above 35,100, then there should be a rally of almost 4 to 500 points. So if you see here, from 35,100, it went up to 35,600. So almost 500 points rally it has given. So now here we will be buyer around two price points, right? 35,300 and 35,100, right? I am expecting a bounce back from these two levels, right? If it comes around 35,100, then definitely it will show 35,300, the first target. And if it doesn't come back to 35,100, then from 35,300, it will again come back to 35,500 zone. So next index here we have is S&P 500. For S&P 500, as I mentioned in the last week, it is trading in a nice channel, and currently it is at the upper end of the channel, right? So it is consolidating here. So if we see on the hourly time frame, currently, it is at the support level on the hourly time frame. So, same strategy here. The first buy price is in this zone, right? 44,450 to 4,448 is the first buy zone, and the second buy zone would be around 4,440 to 4,436. These are the two buy areas for me. So if it comes back to this area, then from here the first target would be 4448, second target would be 4458, and third target would be 4470. All right. So this was for S&P 500. The next is gold. So see, so this is the live analysis of gold happening here, right? If you have seen my video in the last week, I have mentioned two buy price point for the gold. The first was around 1760 and second was between 1700 to 1720 zone, right? Now it gave one opportunity to buy around 1720 to 1700 zone. You can see here this uh, shadow, uh, right? Or here you can see this is the lower shadow. Here there was a buying opportunity. So if someone have bought these two lots, one here, second here, then the average buying one should have done around 1740. Right now it is trading at 1780, so almost 40 points upside from the buy price, and it comes around $500 to $800 profit in this position. Now, where to book profit? One can book the profit here at 1782, but I am expecting that it will go around 1790 as the first target. Second target would be around 1285, 1825, and the third target would be around 1850. Right? So now, if somebody is not having any position in the gold, one can look, uh, one can check here and try to see if it starts trading above 1790, then there is a one buying opportunity and for the target of 1825. So let's do analysis on the silver. Now silver, you can see here, silver is having a very good support around $22 on the closing basis. This is the support zone for the silver. If it starts trading above this $22 zone, then there will be a huge downside in the silver. But right now, I am seeing an opportunity here. Okay, so let's see if we check on the hourly time frame. On the hourly time frame, you can see here the $23, it has formed a good support level on the hourly chart here in this $23 price range. Okay, so where one should be the buyer? If it starts trading about 23.80, then for the immediate target of $24, one can play. And if it starts trading about $24, it can go up to 24.40. There might be possibilities that from here it can go to 23.80 and then it reverse backs and it can come around 23.25 and 23, right? So two strategies. First, if it starts trading about 23.80 and sustaining there for 30 minutes to 1 hour, then play for 24 and 24.40. If it is not sustaining at 23.80 and it is coming down, then one should buy in two lots. First at 23.25, 23.25, and second would be around 23. And the target should be the same. The first target would be 23.80, second is at 24, and third is at 24.40. So this was about silver. And now let's see what crude oil is saying. If you see here, crude oil is down by 3% and it might give us a buying opportunity. Okay, so let's see. Here you can see the crude oil is having a good support around 65.50 on the closing basis. 65.5 is the good support price point on the day time frame. If we do the hourly analysis here, then you can see currently it is having a good support around 65.50, right? So where we should be buyer, right? From my point of view, one could be buyer right now at 66.44, right? And the second buy should be around 66 to 65.6, right? This buying area should be the second buy price. And what would be the target? First target would be 67, second target would be 67.80, and the third target would be 68.50. Friends, I would request you to go and check the last week video here. Okay, here in this video, let me show you what I mentioned about crude oil, and it exactly worked as I mentioned. You can see here It was trading around 66.35, and I mentioned that there is a good price point between this 66 to 65.60, and I mentioned for the target of around, see here clearly friends, see here, I mentioned the targets of around, let me check, show you here, right? I mentioned the targets of around 67.80 and 69. Okay, so now you can see here. Okay, see 67.80, it made that target and it went up to 69.30. Why? Because we were buyer here. See friends, we were buyer here on 9th to 10th of July, of August. See, this video is published on 9th of August. You can clearly check how much money you might have printed. From 65.60, it clearly touched our target of 69.30. It stayed there for some time and again started coming down. So again, it might give us the buying opportunity. First lot should be buying here and second should be here. All right. So this was about crude oil. The next is, so all these indexes which I am discussing now, same we discussed last time in the last week, and all of them achieved their target. You can just go and see the last week videos and you can compare here. So the next index here we have is, next commodity we have is copper. So copper is clearly trading near the long-term support zone. It might give a buying opportunity. Okay. So where is the buying opportunity in the copper? The best buying opportunity in the copper is near 4.15 to $4 zone, right? 4 to 4.15 is a good buy zone. Okay. So now it is near the trend line support here. So as I mentioned here, 4.4 to 4.15 is a good buy zone here. Okay. Now it is already trading above that, but if there is any pullback, so here, just a moment. If there is any pullback, if there is any pullback, okay, near this zone, right? 4 point, I mentioned that 4 to 4.15 is a good support zone, right? So one can be buyer from 4.30 to $4 zone, okay, below here, and one can hold that position, okay, and the targets are very good here. The targets are huge here because currently it has a resistance around 4.41. So I mentioned here, from here, it can, one can play for this target. And suppose if it is not coming down to this zone, right, and it continuously starts trading up, right, then where we should be buyer, then we should be buyer around 4.40 here. If it starts trading and sustaining above this resistance, right, because this is the resistance now, then one should start creating positions from here and play for 4.55. All right, and if it stays and sustain above 4.55, then targets are bigger. They are almost up to 4.6 to 4.8. All right, so friends, this was about copper. The next last commodity we have is natural gas. See, we mentioned at 66.44 to buy, and currently it is trading at 66.7. The next we have here is natural gas. Natural gas took support here And if we do the analysis on hourly time frame, you can see here it consolidated here, right, sometime, and then sharp up move it has given. Right now it is in no buy zone for me. If somebody is already holding the position in the natural gas, one should try to book around 3.96, right? Now we will be having two buy opportunities. One above 3.96, right, for the first target of 4.05, second target of 4.10, and the second buying opportunity is around, if it is, if it touch here and come back to this zone, right? So this is the support area, 3.83 to 3.79. This is the good support area where we can add some position. So the first position should be around, I mean, if it start trading about 3.96, then that would be the buy position. Otherwise, the buy position would be around 3.83 to 3.79. So friends, this is all about today's video. I hope you this video will help you to take your trading as well as investing decision. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Okay, and like the video, comment, share it with your friends, and let me know if you need any or you have any suggestions with these videos. All right, thank you.